Welcome to the channel Physics Made Easy. Today we are going to discuss physics sample paper for ISC board. In this question paper, all questions are compulsory. This paper contains 4 sections A, B, C and D. Section A, question number 1 of 12 marks. All parts are compulsory. In these 12 marks question, 5 questions are multiple choice question, options are given and 7 are very short answer questions. In section B, question 2 to 12 carry 2 marks each and internal choice is given in 2 questions. Similarly, in section C, from question 13 to 19 each question carries 3 marks and again internal choice in 2 questions. Last section D, from question 20, 21 and 22, 3 questions, 5 marks each question and each question contains internal choice. In this way, the paper pattern we have discussed for ISC board. The unit wise marks distribution is from current electricity, electrostatics to current electricity, 14 marks as usual, as like previous years, and total magnetism, magnetic effect of current, magnetism and matter, earth magnetism, electromagnetic induction and AC circuits, even EM waves. This total is of 16 marks. Optics, earlier it was 18 marks, now it is of 20 marks. Then the dual nature atoms and nuclei, this part is of 13 marks. And semiconductor is of 7 marks. Communication, no communication topic is there, no 3 terminal devices in semiconductor like transistors, they are not included this time. One thing I would like to say that there is no big difference in the syllabus, physics syllabus I have seen in the CBSE board and ISC board. For both the boards almost same syllabus. So the CBSE student, you also get benefited from this video, this question paper, and ISC students, today I am going to post this paper, but you can also watch the previous videos in which I have posted the CBSE question paper of class 12th, because there is no big difference in the syllabus. Let's start with section A. You have to answer all the questions. Question number 1, A part, choose the correct alternative A, B, C or D. First question, 2 thin convex lenses having optical powers of -10D and +6D are placed in contact with each other. The focal length of combination is, out of these 4 options you have to select. You know net power will be -10 plus 6. So what will be net power? If you calculate it, then you will find this will be -10 plus 6. So it will become -4D, -10 plus 6, P equal to P1 plus P2. And what is the formula for P? P is 1 by F. So what will be F? That is 1 by 4 with minus sign, that is minus 0.25 meter. So this will be the answer. You know, if power is written with 1 by F, then answer is in meter, and if it is written in centimeter, then it is 100 by F. So the option is here, this is minus 0.25 meter. This will be the correct answer. Okay. Now look, second question, a moving electron enters a uniform and perpendicular magnetic field. Inside the magnetic field, the path of electron is, again you have to find the correct option. We have read that the electron is moving in such a way that it enters in the magnetic field whose direction is perpendicular to it. Then what will be the path? Circular. We have seen that the charged particle moving in a uniform magnetic field, always if it enters in the magnetic field perpendicular to it, then its path becomes circular. How? The Lorentz force acting on it provides the necessary centripetal force for circular motion, and we have read this. So, what will be the correct option? What will be the path of the electron? Circle. Similarly, the third part, in the figure a charge q is placed here, this one capital Q, and a small q charge is moved along circular arc OP of length L. This is the length L. The work done in the process is, again you have to select the correct option. You know, work done is given by Q into del V in electrostatics. Del V means potential difference. Find the potential at O due to charge Q and Q here. The potential will be same at the point P because distance is same, charge is same. So, what will be the potential A? Same will be at the point P, the potential. So, potential difference will be 0. So, what will be the work done? Work done will be 0. So, out of these 4 options, this will be correct. In this way, you have to select. Let's see the next question. See the next question. In the figure, each resistor is of R ohm. Equivalent resistance between the points A and B is, you have to find. Look, the A and B points and this circuit. Do you know what is this circuit? The principle of Wheatstone's bridge. You have seen, if you show these all resistances in the form of 4 sides of a rectangular parallelogram, and in the diagonal in place of galvanometer another 5th resistance, all are same. It is given in the question. Then you know it is the example of balanced Wheatstone bridge. If you consider the cell connected between these 2 points whose name is A and B, then there will be no current through this resistance and this will be null and void, because the resistance of this arm upon this equal to same as R upon R of these 2 arms. So, these 2 are connected in series and these 2 are connected in series because the current going from the cell will be divided equally into here A, suppose this name is P, in the APB in the resistance is 2R and MB in the resistance 2R. These 2 resistance will be in series as the current will be same. So, 2R and 2R will be connected in parallel. And what will be the result? This will be R. So, what will be the correct answer here? This will be R ohm. Similarly, in this part, a radioactive substance decays to 1/8 of its initial mass in 30 days. Its half-life is, you have to find the correct option. You know what is the relation for radioactivity? This undecayed and initial amount. If n upon n naught is given by half to the power n. What is small n here? Number of half-lives. So, look here that it is given 1/8 and you can write this 1/8 as 1 upon 2 whole cube. Then by comparing this with 1/2 to the power n, what are you getting? N equal to 3. So, 3 half-lives. After the 3 half-lives time, 1/8 of initial mass you are getting. So, what will be this? N equal to 3 means total number of days if they are given 30. So, 30 equal to this 3 into half-life. That means half-life is 10 days. Because what is n? N is, learn in words, number of half-lives. So, 3 half-lives, we have written 3 to the power half, and how much this time interval is 30 days, so half-life will be 10 days. So, which option will be correct? This one. this one will be 10 days. Okay. Now answer all questions in the part B. Same first question. Answer all questions given below briefly and to the point. So these are very short answer question. First part. What will be the effect on sensitivity of a potentiometer if current flowing through it increases? Again, you should know in the case of potentiometer, the sensitivity is given by K equal to V by L, and more will be the length, lesser will be the sensitivity. So potentiometer we take longer length. So look here, this is potential gradient, not sensitivity. This is called potential gradient. Okay, gradient. And sensitivity is defined as, you know what is the definition of sensitivity? That if the jockey is shifted very slightly from the null point position, a large deflection is shown by galvanometer. So the potentiometer is said to be most sensitive if its potential gradient is less, that is inversely proportional. Or you can say this sensitivity is directly proportional to the length. Now potential gradient is V by L, so inversely proportional to V, and you know V is IR. So if you know the current is given by V equal to IR and sensitivity is inversely proportional to potential gradient, so if you will increase the current, sensitivity will decrease, because this V will come in denominator, I will come in denominator, I increases, so sensitivity will decrease. So learn in this way how to find the answer. One word answer, that sensitivity will decrease. Now next question, second of the part B. Calculate the speed of light in a medium whose critical angle is 30 degree. Now you know medium refractive index is given by C by V. Also this is C, speed of light in vacuum, V in the medium. It is given by 1 upon sine C, this critical angle. What is its value given? 30 degree. Sine 30 is what? 1 upon sine 30. Sine 30 is half, then it will become 2. So C upon V is 2. That means V will be C by 2. That is 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Learn how to check the answer. There will be speed lesser than the speed of light. Here C by 2. What is C? 3 into 10 to the power 8. So here 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Next, how will you make a PN junction forward biased? Simple, P positive and negative. If you connect the P terminal of the PN junction with positive terminal of the battery and N to the negative terminal of the battery, then it will become forward biased. Clear? An AC generator generates EMF E equal to 314 sine 50 pi t volt. Find the frequency. You should know the expression for EMF generated by AC generated. So it is given by E naught sine omega t. What is E naught? Maximum voltage. This is 314. If it is asked, you can write directly 314. What is this omega? Look, T in place of T. In place of omega, what is written here? 50 pi. You know what is omega? Omega is 2 pi f. By comparison, you are getting here, this is 50 pi. Pi is cancelled. Frequency is asked. What is this? 25 hertz. Is it or not? Clear? Next one, write Biot-Savart's law in vector form. Biot-Savart's law gives the magnetic field due to small current carrying element. Look, this is vector magnetic field you have written here. This is mu naught upon 4 pi constant. Ideal is current element. You write vector cross R, the distance of point at which magnetic field is obtained. upon r cube. So this is the vector form of Biot-Savart's law. Symbols have their usual meanings. Next, out of red and violet light, which one travels slower in a glass prism? You know, for a prism, if you see the relation mu r and mu v, if you learn the relations for violet and red, then you will find fr and fv. If you write like this, you know, focal length of red is greater than focal length of violet, and from lens maker's formula or any other, you have seen that 1 upon f equal to mu, that is mu and f are inversely proportional. So what sign you are going to put here? Look this. Now for mu equal to c upon v for red color, and here you write c upon v for violet color. Simple answer. What will be here? This, since mu is greater and mu and this velocity of violet color, they are inversely proportional for the constant c speed of light. So if this is more, then this will be less. What will be answer? Which will be slower? Violet color. How to decide? You have to learn the formula. Last question of the section A. What is Bohr's quantization condition for the angular momentum of an electron in the second orbit? You know, Bohr's quantization condition was angular momentum in the stable orbit is always integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. Which orbit is given here? Second, n is an integer. So you put here in place of n 2. So this is the quantization condition. You can write directly h upon pi or 2h upon 2 pi. In this way you have to solve the question. So this is all about section A of ISC paper class 12. I think you must have enjoyed. In the next video we will discuss section B. Keep watching.